In the beginning, God's amazing world was good. It was good because God is good. God lived with Adam and Eve because they were good, just like Him. But then Adam and Eve disobeyed God, and so, for the first time, things in God's beautiful world weren't good. Sin made a mess of everything. Everything from the inside out. Everything, including our bodies. And for the first time, out of our bodies came yucky, messy stuff. Skin got covered in rashes. Blood and pus came out of our bodies. Bodies became covered in sores. God can't live with people who are not good. He can't talk to or be friends with people who have unclean hearts and unclean bodies. How can the mess sin makes be fixed? In Leviticus, God tells the people they must be clean if they want to be His people, clean inside and outside. So every time their bodies became unclean, the people had to stay away from God's tabernacle. They had to wait until their bodies were healed, and they had to wash in a special way. Again and again and again, the people had to stay away, wait, and wash. Could the mess of sin ever be cleaned up permanently? In Mark chapter 1, we read about a man who had to walk around calling out, "Unclean, unclean!" All the people would run away from him. He was unclean because his skin was covered with leprosy. The man had to live outside of the town, all by himself. No one wanted to touch this man. If anyone touched him, they too could get leprosy and be unclean. But one day, the man with leprosy went to Jesus. He begged Jesus to make him clean. Jesus looked at the man and smiled. Then He reached out His hand and He touched the man who shouldn't be touched. Jesus said, "Be clean." Immediately the leprosy was gone. He was clean. Only a good and perfect God can clean up the mess sin makes. In fact, Jesus died on the cross to clean up the mess sin has made, once and for all. And those who trust in Jesus will be clean inside and out. In the book of Revelation, it tells us our bodies will no longer be covered in sores. Blood and pus will no longer come out of our bodies. That our bodies will no longer be covered in rashes. God's people will be clean, inside and out. And our good and perfect God will live with His good and perfect people forever. The mess of sin will be gone forever, and it's all because of Jesus.